So practice means a lot in this exam. So today we are going to discuss the GCE or 2019 mathematics paper, and now we are going to start up with a little brief discussion on what you would require. What you would require for this video is a little some amount of paper and a pen, so you could note down the notes which I give you between the answers and questions and answers. So therefore we are going to discuss question 1. Let's start off with question 1. This is one of the most easiest question papers which I tried out in the O-level exam, right? So first of all, they are asking you customs duty. So if you get an item of ₹6,000, they are going to charge you customs duty of 9%, right? So therefore, this and this you can take out, obviously, right? So this is going to be equal to ₹540. Consider this, they charge a VAT of 80%. Instead of 9%, you cut it and put 80%. Or if they say 70%, cut it and put 70%, right? Basically, first you should mention the amount multiplied by the percentage over 100%, because percentage, right? So 540 will be the final answer you obtain. So Q2, they ask you to factorize x squared plus 3x minus 10. So in here, what you got to consider that is going to be something that should be obtained. How can 3x be obtained? How can 10x be obtained? But with the same things, same numbers. So 5x minus, we can take 5x minus 2x minus 10. So x plus 5. And you can say that this is going to be minus 2x plus 5. So this is going to be x plus 5, x plus 3. Right? So basically, for any factors of fx, you will learn it in the advanced level, but you must be having it in your level sometimes. Fx is going to be equal to 0 for any factors of fx. So therefore, x plus 5, right? X plus 5 and x minus 2. Therefore, you can say that the values for x is x equals 2 and x equals minus 5, right? So therefore, this will be the final answer you obtain for this, and you will get the answer and the full marks for this. So question 3 states about a triangle which has angles x is going to be 140. You should mention a theorem that the total interior angles of triangle is 180 when you do this question. So 180 is going to be 100 degrees actually. 180 equals 140 plus 2x. This is an isosceles triangle, that's why they are mentioning it as x, and x are both the same, right? So 108, this is going to be 100 degrees and 40 degrees. Mention the steps. So 80 is equals to 2x and 40 degrees equals x. One of these angles is 40 degrees, so therefore you obtain the answer for that. So let's move on to question 4. Question 4 is about logarithms. Question 4 is about log 2a equals 5. So basically this base goes here and 5 becomes the power of 2. So you can say that a equals 2 to the power 5 and a equals 32. This will be the answer. You can see how easy this question paper is, and when you get the proper amount of practice, I'm sure everyone can get an A plus for this paper. All you need is some practice, right? Exams are coming up, and I'm sure that you can ace the exams. Question 5. Question 5 states that find the time it takes to fill a tank of 420 liters given that 60 liters flow per minute, right? 420 over 60 liters, right? 60 and from here you can obtain 7 minutes. So answer. Next, let's say question 6. Question 6 gives you a circle question. This is, I'm sure you can ace this question. So here you have this, and here you have A, B, C, D. So you can say that these angles ABC plus ACB plus BAC is equals to 180 degrees. ABC is 100 degrees plus ACB, they haven't given it, plus 30 is equals to 180. So ACB is going to be equals to 50 degrees, right? It is going to be 50 degrees. In your lesson you have learned a theorem like this, right? So the angles touching the circumference of the circle lying on the same base should be equal, right? So therefore this is x. Therefore you should mention that theorem right here and continue your steps. ADC is equals to ACB is equals to x equals 50 degrees. When you're continuing your exam, be sure to always mention theorem so you wouldn't have any risk of losing your marks, right? Question 7, right? Question 6, right? Yeah, we have done question 6. Let's move on to question 7. Question 7 states that you should find the surface area. That also you can clearly see that how much easy they have made this paper. They are not even asking you to find the area of the cylinder, they are just asking you to find the surface area of this curved surface, right? The area of the cylinder can be denoted like this, area of cylinder. This is 7, right? This is 7 centimeters, this is 10 centimeters, this is 10 centimeters. Area of cylinder is going to be equals to 2 pi r square plus 2 pi rh. So this 2 pi rh represents a curved surface, which means this pi. This is the curved surface, right? This part you can see. So 2 pi rh is the curved surface, area of the curved surface, area of curved surface. Two times 22 by 7 times pi times 7 times 10. 7 and 7 cancels off. So 22 times 2 is going to be 44. 44 times 10 is going to be 440 centimeters squared, because this is given in centimeters and this is the area which you find. So therefore 440 centimeter squared, right? So now I'm going to take out this part. I'm sure you have copied it down for your paper. Next part is also really easy, right? They are asking you to find the gradient. Let's find it. So question 8 states that you're going to find the gradient. They have given you a diagram and they have given you these 1, 2, 2, 4 and 6. So here you can see that first of all you got to mention the x coordinates and then you have to mention the y coordinates. So difference of x coordinates, and this is going to be a and b. So gradient can be mentioned like AB is equals to 6 minus 4 is going to be 2 minus 1. The equation you got to use to find this is difference of x coordinates. I'll write just in case, right? Difference of x coordinates, difference of y coordinates, difference of x coordinates. 6 minus 4, 2 minus 1 is equals to 2. So this is what they ask. But if they ask you to find also the intercept of this, intercept is where this line intersects the y-axis. So this is where it intersects the y-axis, where the y-axis is intersected at the point of 2. So that's the intercept, right? So question 9 states that, question 9, I'll have all of these erased. Question 9, I'll write it here. Question 9 states that a over x by 2 divided by 3a by 4x. 3a by 4x is going to be ax by 2 times 4x over 3a. All you have to do is reciprocal. Clearly see that this is a very easy paper, and I'm sure you can ace your exams if you get the correct amount of practice. A and a is cancelled off, this and this is cancelled off, so answer is 2x squared over 3. Simple answer. Question 10. This angle is 50. This is A, B, C, D, E, F. This is going to be equals to, so therefore you have learned the theorem where the two interior angles is equals to one exterior angle. So therefore DEF plus EDF, right, is equals to EBF. Sorry, you got to consider something like this. DEB is plus EDB is equals to EBF. This is going to be 50, 90, final answer you obtain. Be sure to always write the theorem. Two interior angles is equals to one exterior angle in your paper, just in case you don't face any risks. So question 11, let's solve question 11. Question 11 states that 2x squared minus 8. 2x squared minus 8 is equals to 0, so therefore you can divide everything by 2. So 2 by 2 is equals to x squared minus 4 is equals to 0. So x is equals to minus 2 or x equals to 2, or you can write this notation. Be sure to write all of these steps while you are doing this, and also write this step, x squared is equals to 4. These are all the steps which you will require to get the full mark. Question 12. Question 12, they are asking you about compound interest. This is one of the most easiest questions that you can score. Question 12, they ask rupees 5,000. A person borrows a loan of 5,000, which he have to pay annual compound interest of percentage 8% by 100 is equal to this. 50 times 8 is rupees 400. So 400 rupees 400, 5,400 is times 8 by 100 equals to this rupees 432 will be the final answer that you would require to get the full mark. So question 13, let's move on to question 13. Question 13, there is the cyclic quadrilateral Question 13 is the cyclic quadrilateral. So they have given this. This is 70. That is going to be 70 degrees. This is going to be 120 degrees, I suppose. This is 120. This is going to be y degrees, and that above is going to be x degrees, and this is going to be 110 degrees. So x plus 110 degrees is equals to, because this is a parallel line, right? So 100 degree minus 70 is 110. So 180 is equals to x equals 70 degrees, and y plus 120 is equal to 180. Y is equal to 60 degrees. Two answers which we obtained for this question. So let's move on to question 14. Question 14 is also one easy question. Question 14. This is going to be art. This is going to be dancing. This is going to be 90 degrees. This is going to be music. So let's say that first of all you got to say that 120 plus 90 plus dancing is equal to 360. Dancing is equal to 60 degrees. Is equal to 60 degrees. So they have given that 90 degrees is equals to total students doing music is going to be equals to 45. So you can clearly see that 2 degrees represents one student, whereas 60 degrees divided by 2 is going to be equals to 30 students equals dancing. Right? So question 15. What does question 15 say? Question 15 asks you about the geometric progressions. Question 15 asks you about geometric progressions, which you say 9, 27, 81, right? And then you got to find a pattern in this. In your geometric progression, you have specific equations that you use for times like this. So therefore you can see that I'm going to use this. You can see this 1, this is 5, next thing is 3 to the power 7, and then 3 to the power 7 is going to be 2189 will be the final answer you obtain, whereas you also need something like 3 into 5 and 3. Obtain. So this is question 15, very easy. So question 16 states some of the most easiest things that you can do. They are given a parallelogram. And always this parallelogram will be always equals to one of these triangles. So the first statement is correct, and you can see that the the diagonal BD bisects ADC. That statement is wrong, because if it does bisect, which means the angles opposite angles, which means then this and this angle should be same. That will only happen in squares. This on a square is a parallelogram, right? So therefore the second thing is wrong. Question 17 says you to find the least common multiple 6x squared y will be the final answer that you get, right? How are you going to obtain the final answer? This is 3x squared and 3 times x times x. Just by looking at this you can get the answer, right? That's how I got it. You can just look it and just get the answer. It's so easy. So 6xy times 2y. 6 times, you can just write it as 2 times 3 times x times y is equals to 2 times y. So you can see that 3 exists, 2 exists, and x squared and y. As easy as that, because 3 exists as a least, 2 exists least, y least is this, and the least of this x is this 2 of this x squared. So that's 6x squared times y. So question 18 is another one of these circle questions. So let's get on with that question. So question 17, Q17. They have given this as center O. This is A, this is B. This is 55 degrees. So therefore, since this is the center O, this and this are the radius. Radius are equal in all points of the circle. So this and this is going to be equal. So A, B, OA is equals to, and OBA, because radius. So both of these is 55 degrees. So AOB is going to be equals to 55 plus 55 is 110. 180 minus 110 is 70. You have learned a theorem that states that if this is 2x, this is x. That's the same thing which we are going to use. This is 70, so 2ACB is equals to 70. So ACB is going to be equals 35 degrees. That's how they have denoted it, right? And basically x is equals to 35. So question 17 is done. Let's move on to question 18 this is question 18, right? Have we missed any questions? No. So question 19 states that there is this figure. This is B, this is A, this is C, this is D. So here there is this B part, and here you can see that this is 42 degrees. 42 degrees, and this is going to be, as in given in the question, that the angle of depression, that's the angle of depression, is going to be 58 degrees as they have given, right? So that's all the marking that you got to do in that diagram, which is very easy. You can manage it fully. So the next statement which they have given is a bag containing marbles. This is also one of the most easiest questions that you can manage easily. So question 21, question 20, right? So they have given that 35 marbles and the probability is 5 by 7. 5 by 7 of 35. 5 by 7 times 35 is going to be 5, and 5 will be cancelled off. 25 marbles will be the answer you obtain for this, right? 25 black marbles. Black marbles will be the answer for 5 by 7 probability. So the next question is a bunch of statements which they have given again, and let's read it out. So they have said you to fill in the blanks in the following statement using the suitable geometric terms. The straight line joining the center of circle to the midpoint of a chord of the circle is perpendicular to the chord. You must have always learned these types of statements in your class. So always make sure that you study such statements. You don't need to memorize, right? The exam doesn't encourage you to memorize everything. This is just practical situations, right? Like as soon as I saw this straight line joining the center of a circle to the midpoint is related to this chord of the circle, right? Should be always perpendicular, right? have a specific image in your mind when you see these kinds of things, so you can say it as fast as possible, right? So next thing is matrices. Matrices, this is going to be so now this is how you do this. To obtain the final answer for this, you got to here you have 3, right? 3 into minus 1, 3 into minus 1 plus 1 into 1. 3 into minus 1 is equals to x. This is the thing that you got to do here. 3 into minus 1 is minus 2 times 1 is equals to x. Sorry, is going to be 3, right? Minus 2 is equals to x. This is the final answer we require. So our next question is question 23. Question 23 is Venn diagrams. Draw the circles first, then draw the box. Universal set. Students who like maths, students who like science. If you color this partition, it will just say that the students like maths and science, but they have asked you to find to color the region where students like only maths and students like only science. So this is the part. This is A delta B. Basically, it's called A delta B. Question 25 states very easy. Question 24 states very easy. It's actually a displacement time graph, displacement followed by time. So I just write it here so you can get a clear understanding of what I'm going to do. This is going to be kilometers, this is going to be hours, obviously. So this is going to be this, and it will go up to 2. This is 120. I'll take this angle as theta because this is what we will consider. Because you can see that all the other parts, if we take, since you have time and since you have enough time to get prepared, you can see that by substituting all of these values for this angle tan theta by, you have like 2 triangles in this. If you take C and D, you can see that 6 minus 3 is 3, right? So therefore when that happens, denominator increases as well as the displacement 2 has increased. But when the denominator increases, the final answer you get will be a small one. So there the maximum velocity doesn't exist. So here 122 will be where the maximum velocity exists. So therefore you can say that the tan ratio of this tan theta is equals to 122. Can first write the tan opposite over adjacent, right? ADJ is equal to 120 by 2 is equal to 60 kilometers per hour. 60 kilometers per hour. So that's the answer you obtained. So the final question is now what we are going to do. So we have done all of these questions in this small amount of time. So I mean, like, when you go to the exam, you will have plenty of time to understand the question and do it by yourself, right? Question 25, let's say that it's going to be a circle, a semicircle given, and they have given center O 5 centimeters is given, and they have given an RS. So if you have space, but in my time when we did all else, we didn't have these types of silly easy questions, right? So this is one easy question, so therefore never miss this chance. So from here all you have to do is measure 5 centimeters, saying that 5 centimeters is equal to 5 meters, and then you will be able to get a straight line like that, and then You should also just consider this RS, and since they're again 5 meters, you should mention 5 meters. So that's how easy this is. So I hope to learn something good from this, and I hope to see you in the next video, in the video part 2. Thank you for participating in this discussion.